Good morning, everybody. I am currently scaling out of a riot short attempt because it's shaping up like a bull flag. Bulls are really defending 744 support. I'll go over Bitcoin and the altcoins and all these charts in just a moment. I'm just watching this little battle here to see if I need to bail on this short or not. And then we'll get into it. Appreciate your patience. I'm a couple minutes late. Broader market's still really strong. Just attempting a top fish up here, and essentially broader market bulls are remaining strong and riot bulls keep defending the support. MARA has pulled back a lot more significantly, but riot bulls are a lot more stubborn. So I'm just going to wait another minute here, and if this support breaks at 744, I'll exit a little bit and keep some. Otherwise, I'm just going to exit the majority here. Bulls are doing a real good job playing defense. Broader market is extremely strong. We've got the bullish reaction to Meta earnings. It's up 25% today. We've got the bullish reaction to the FOMC yesterday. We still have after hours today, Google, Amazon, and Apple earnings that we're going to be keeping a close eye on. But overall, bulls are extremely strong. And we know it is bears that have to prove something to us. That being said, crypto not as strong as bulls would hope. But we're going to look over a potential setup here as far as what altcoin bulls want to see if we're going to get that profit rotation and strong bull weekend, knowing that we are heading into the weekend in just another day or two. So right up against this support of riot, bulls keep playing defense. I need a break of 744, but I'm not sure I'm going to get it. And the S&P 500 is attempting a 5-minute bull flag as well. It's got to be this break now or never. That's got to be a 2-minute downtrend confirming, or I'm going to bail. And it would have to be QQQ confirming a 2-minute downtrend. But bulls are extremely resilient today. Been trading AI stocks more than these crypto names. Pretty much all of January, it was Riot and MARA that I was day trading significantly on a daily basis. And now it's AI stocks, with the easiest one being AI, which has had great volatility. Big breakout on the daily time frame. If you're watching AI crypto names, definitely want to be watching AI stocks for correlation, and I would suggest watching AI as it's a lead bull and daily stair-step pattern. Right, heading back down towards support. All right, I can't wait for this to play out. I think I'm just going to have to set a stop loss. Thanks for the likes and the views. We'll get started here in just one moment. QQQ and SPY testing, or at least QQQ testing the high of the day. 5-minute bull flag attempt. And again, Riot is just way stronger than MARA on this current consolidation. And it's a fairly large position just because it's top fishing, so risk is fairly small, but I'd rather not let the whole thing just stop out at the high of the day. I want to take some off here. If we break 744 support, I would expect to head down towards the 730s fairly quickly. Got to see QQQ fail the 5-minute bull flag and confirm that little 2-minute downtrend. Hope you're all having a great day. We're heading into the weekend here in just a moment. I guess it's not Friday, it's Thursday. I usually stream on Fridays. Missed yesterday with the FOMC reaction and all that was going on. Come on, Bears. QQQ, high of the day test. It is not helping my case. Extremely strong markets. One way that I'm approaching this markets is the only bearish trades that I'm taking are just these little top fishing low risk trades. I don't want to be fighting these bulls and the momentum that they have. There's a lot of shorts that are being squeezed right now. And again, that's not necessarily the same in the crypto space just because Bitcoin has been seeing a little bit of relative weakness compared to the broader market over the last 24 hours. Let's check in on Bitcoin while we wait here. So Bitcoin, we can see on the 4-hour time frame, we pulled all the way back to EMA 12 and consolidated, while the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ did nothing but go up after hours yesterday. A little bit of consolidation, but higher highs this morning. And not the case for Bitcoin. These riot bulls are persistent. Look at this 1 minute time frame. Just defend, 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 defend. And it's got to be QQQ breaking 310.22. If we're going to see any kind of shift. All right, we're going to exit half, stick a stop over the high, and just run with it because I can't sit around and stare at this forever. All right, appreciate your patience. So, Riot and MARA. Nice breakouts. Coin did it first. Coin had a tightening daily range that broke bull, and Coin is now in full-on breakout mode. Coin is up 150% from the lows. And if we look at the monthly time frame, monthly bounce underway. So crypto stocks obviously benefiting from the shift in market sentiment. And we've gone from fear to FOMO very quickly in the market. We do that in both directions, fear to FOMO and FOMO to fear extremely quickly. And so that's the case with Coin here, where maximum fear, solid bounce, sideways range, and then significant follow through on this breakout. And Riot is trying to follow suit with the sideways tight range into the breakout and follow through. 768 is the next key resistance level on Riot. So when we last checked in last week, we were looking at a bunch of rising wedges forming on altcoins, and some of them broke bear, and we needed 4-hour downtrends to be the result of that bear break. And bears were unable to confirm that 4-hour downtrend. And so we resulted with Bitcoin bulls holding a base of support. We've got a triple bottom on Bitcoin down at 22.3. So we got 22.3, 22.3, 3 times there, and then 2 times at 22.5. And that's when we came close to rolling over. It looked like the bears were about to take control. And again, this is where the bears had to confirm the 4-hour downtrend and where they failed to do so. And so that had the bulls holding daily EMA 12. And granted, it's still the rising wedgie feel in the sense that we have the bull break again with a lack of follow through. So we're still not very confident as far as, making bullish entries up here on Bitcoin, looking for follow through from here. But there are altcoins that are positioned better in the sense that they are getting follow through on their bull breaks. So what a altcoin bull wants to see right now is for Bitcoin to, if we're going to trade sideways, which is potentially shaping up here. If we look at the 12-hour, we could pull back and look for a 12-hour higher low to form. And then we look for a bounce, and then a tightening range through the weekend essentially is something that I'm watching for. And so if that were to shape up on Bitcoin, if this dominance chart breaks this daily support, which it's testing right now, that's a good thing for crypto bulls, in my opinion. Because if these levels break, then the dominance chart is going to be at its lowest level in over a week and a half. And that is going to show us that if Bitcoin's sideways and dominance is dropping, then the altcoins are going up. And then we're going to be looking for the profit rotation game where altcoins will see a couple run at a time, and then we'll see a couple others run while others consolidate. And that's what the bulls want to see if we're going to see a continuation kind of move here with this euphoria that's in the stock market right now, trying to come over into the crypto world as well. Turning on my space heater because I'm cold. So, dominance is doing what the alt bulls want to see. If we break support here while Bitcoin is sideways. Obviously, if Bitcoin is dropping and dominance is dropping, that just means that Bitcoin's dropping faster than the altcoins. But if we see sideways Bitcoin when dominance is dropping, that means the altcoins are outperforming. So just looking at our list right now, Sushi, just since the last time I looked, Sushi is making a breakout over the last couple of hours and back to bounce highs of the entire move. And the more individual names that get back to the highs of the entire move, the more likely we're going to see other names do it. So now this is Sushi getting its turn. And then once Sushi tops out, we're going to look at it and see what's the next altcoin that's going to try and see a bull move. Keep an eye on Ethereum. ETH BTC, we know it's been extremely weak, but it is bouncing from a sideways range. And if we look at the 2-week time frame, again, if we're going to see an equilibrium continue to shape up on ETH BTC, then we have to see the bulls hold this level of 655. And we are currently holding that level. And so this is pretty much make or break for the Ethereum bulls. They really need to hold this level. And then it's possible that we tighten up for another month within this pattern. And again, it's just the high, low, lower high, higher low, lower high, and we're trying for another higher low. And these are the key supports. 655 and 66. And so we are trying to hold those levels. We will eventually need the daily trend change for the ETH BTC bulls, where we top out and set the higher low and higher high. But it's reminding me of the setup that Litecoin just saw, where we know Litecoin has been a lead bull heading to higher highs with some follow through, and LTC BTC held its weekly support. So now the question is, can ETH BTC hold its 2-week support and see the same kind of follow through on a bounce? Riot finally rolled over. So there's our bear break. Double topped by a penny, and I'm going to be looking for 15-minute EMA 12, which is approaching. It's currently down at 732. Would have been nice if I had held the whole position, but that's the way it goes. So we're going to exit some more into 15-minute EMA 12 in case that holds there. And I'll exit one more in the 720s if we were to get down there. But going to give it a little bit to play out because QQQ right now is potentially starting its 15-minute consolidation. There's that 2-minute downtrend confirming that I needed to see for that riot short. And so now it's just a question of, does QQQ continue to consolidate to 15-minute EMA 12 to drag riot down a bit further? But this was originally, the low 730s was originally the target for my trade. And so I should probably take the whole thing off here sooner rather than later. We'll keep an eye on it. So ETH BTC is making a move. And so if that continues, then we're going to look for ETH USD to follow through from this sideways range that is breaking bullish. But again, ETH bulls have been lackluster over the last couple of weeks. So essentially the question is this sideways range that we've been trading in just patiently waiting for the next leg up? And that's best case scenario for crypto bulls, would be that healthy rotation going on. So we're going to be looking for, it depends on what name we're looking at, but we're looking for 4-hour higher lows and 12-hour higher lows. Backburners aren't necessarily back on the menu, because if you look at Bitcoin, again, it's not like we have a significant bull break and a breakout on the daily time frame that we would then look for first hourly oversold conditions. But there are individual names. Who made that run yesterday? Was it OP? Yeah, so OP, big 2-day run. So that is a name where we can look for first hourly oversold conditions to be scouting a daily or a 12-hour higher low. So again, we're in a setup right now where there's a lot of different altcoin setups that are going on. And so it requires really sitting down every day and going through the entire list and trying to find the setups that suit your style with trading these altcoins. And again, right now, the easiest distinction between stronger coins and weaker coins are the names that have broken significantly over their highs. Well, there's 3 categories that we can put everything in. So there's the altcoins that have broken over the highs significantly, like OP. There's the altcoins, or altcoins, there's the coins that have broken recent daily resistance with a lack of follow through. That's Bitcoin. And then there's altcoins that have not broken our recent highs, and that's a name like Mana. Mana is trying for a 4-hour cup and handle. It's entirely possible that that is a 4-hour cup and handle. The simple statement is, if this is going to be a 4-hour cup and handle, then 78.23, the low of this bull flag consolidation, that has to hold. But definitely keeping an eye on Mana for the potential that we break this double top, because we have a double top at the high of the entire bounce, and bulls are trying to see another leg up here, and we are stuck at that resistance right now. So again, names that have clearly broken bull with follow through, names that have broken bull with a lack of follow through, and names that have not broken bull yet. And those are the ways to distinguish these altcoins. So daily EMA 12 is a guide that a lot of altcoins have been grinding as far as a support guide. And you can go down the list and just see Litecoin was grinding off of it, Atom grinding off of it before it got a clear leg up. So Atom would be in the stronger category as far as a clear bull break on the daily with follow through. What do I mean by follow through? It depends on the coin, because some coins are more volatile than others. But I want to see at least 5% over the high of the daily resistance that we had initially rejected from. So Dogecoin is a name that had some significant follow through. It's tightening up nicely. Doge has a nice 4-hour equilibrium now. So we're watching Doge with our high, low, lower high, higher low. And we're going to be looking for Doge to break this tightening range sometime within the next 24 hours or so. But aggressive bulls, as I'm exiting all of my riot short off a 15-minute EMA 12. But Doge bulls are trying to enter for a 4-hour higher low here. And we need to see Bitcoin hold 4-hour EMA 12. And again, just sideways. That's all we want. Just go sideways, Bitcoin, for now. Let the altcoins do their thing. Let's see the dominance break this daily support. And then let's have the rotation game where Sushi gets its run. And then we look for maybe Mana to get its run after that double top. Ape, no resistance break right now. If I were looking short, let's say I want to hedge. Let's say I have swing positions that I don't plan on selling, but I want to protect against potential downside. It's the names that have not broken resistance that have a level to play off of. So for Ape, anything under 642 is a daily lower high on this current bounce. And so if I'm looking bearish, again, I'm not fighting these bulls aggressively. It's only if I can put myself in a risk-free position or if I'm trying to protect longs. Because again, when the bears give us something, when they give us a reason to be looking bearish, there'll be plenty of opportunity. We don't have to nail the top. And it's the same thing with the broader market. Right now, yesterday and into today, a lot of people look at the S&P 500 and say, oh, we're overextended. I'm going to be looking short because we're overextended. Meanwhile, there's a short squeeze going on. It's not, a crypto style of short squeeze because we're not going up 20%. But as far as a macro trillions of dollars standpoint, there's a key resistance level. We're heading into the FOMC and earnings. So bears were piling in under that resistance. And so now that it's breaking, they're being forced to buy higher on this squeeze. So rather than trying to nail the top and trying to short into this bull momentum, why can't I wait for a significant, why can't I wait for the S&P 500 to pull back very notably, losing hourly EMA 12 And then once I see the bears prove something to me, I say, okay, fine, I'll scout the next hourly low or high. So again, I just want to get that mindset out of our heads as far as needing to nail the tops and the bottoms, because that's what has bears in trouble over the last couple of weeks. And there's been plenty of altcoin scenarios where, you can make a bearish entry and you always want to be taking a little bit off the table to try and get as low risk as possible and put a stop above resistance. And a lot of bears have been stopping out, but there have been big enough pullbacks to allow for, the stop outs to be low risk and to be, no big deal overall. So you see this ADA move where we double top at the high and then we pull back almost 10%. We pull back, 6% or so. So if I top fish there, and I'm not going to nail the top and bottom of that, but let's just say I have 2% of wiggle room and I exit half and then I put my stop over 40 cents. I stop out, but there's no damage on that stop out. So if you are trading bearish, just ensure, I just did that this is how I trade, where I just played at AI 5-minute oversold backburner because it's been in breakout mode. Again, these backburners, when you're in a bull market, they are just so good. 5-minute first oversold conditions. I entered it in the 2140s and I exit partial on this initial move up. And so I then am risk free. I can set my stop over the low of the day and I don't even have to watch the position. If the bulls are able to completely recover and that's our hourly high or low into bull continuation, then I've got a great entry. And if it's not, then I stop out. Now, obviously this example, I'm trading with the bigger picture trend, but when you're trading the counter trend, you want to be trading it the same way. Take some profit when the move goes in your favor to protect against the possibility that it's just a longer term high or low, keeping the bounce going, and ensure that if you are wrong, you're wrong a little bit and not wrong a lot, because right now there's a lot of bears piling into crypto and using too much size and blowing up their accounts as bears. So I'm just going to run down a list here real quick, and then I'll look at the chat room here and go over individual questions and such. Looks like Riot did bounce right off that 15-minute EMA 12. That's generally a target. Again, if I'm trading counter trend, I just zoom out and look for the higher low on a longer term time frame. And so that's what it was for Riot. And we got AI with a nice 15-minute equilibrium now. But if I weren't live streaming right now, I probably would have covered my short and would have looked to potentially go long. But bull's still in complete control. And QQQ and the NASDAQ, 15-minute, trying for a little bull flag as well, right back towards testing those highs. And again, Bitcoin, you look at Bitcoin and you might be saying, well, it's a red flag that we are not participating in this move with the broader stock market. But again, it's only a red flag if altcoins are dropping with Bitcoin. It's perfectly fine to go sideways and have altcoins get their turn, because Bitcoin was the star of the show over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it's been. And again, we know in the healthiest bull markets, that's how it happens. Bitcoin makes the move up, it trades in a sideways range, and then altcoins follow along. And it's not like the altcoins have been lagging behind too significantly, but if we want another leg up and if we want this move to keep going, we want sideways Bitcoin, dominance drop. I know I'm repeating myself at this point. All right, ICPT, I'm just going to go on 4-hour time frames to see where we stand. So we haven't broken the high, so it's in the weaker category. Doge is a really nice 4-hour equilibrium. That's worth watching. It's going to break into the weekend and either have us testing the highs or fading back into daily consolidation. It's just multiple daily inside bars at this point. Atom, 4-hour bull flag attempt. Did we hit 15-minute oversold conditions? No. So we can be watching at this point, 15-minute. So here's a lesson. So if I'm looking for a 4-hour high or low, I'm looking for 15-minute oversold conditions. And if we set the 4-hour high or low without 15-minute oversold conditions, which we just did, that means to me 15-minute oversold is less confidence. I have less confidence in 15-minute oversold. My ideal entries on oversold shorter term time frame conditions to look for a longer term high or low is a move up and then a straight drop down. So if you see this little high or low and then you roll over into 15-minute oversold, it's not the same thing. So that's the style for me for confidence. I want a waterfall drop into 15-minute oversold because that's the scales getting imbalanced. and they only stay in balance for so long. Whereas if it were to happen in this, then there's a lot more of this going on between supply and demand instead of all bulls, all demand, oversupply, and then we flip into a solid drop, and then it just does this. And that's when we get those extreme wide ranges with volatility in both directions. So if I'm looking for 15-minute oversold or 5-minute oversold for an hourly higher low or hourly oversold for a daily higher low, I want it to be a straight drop down without setting the higher low on a longer term time frame. So this is not my ideal scenario on Atom to be looking for 15-minute oversold because the 4-hour higher low has been established without reaching 15-minute oversold conditions. That means strength, right? That means the bulls are still strong, but again, it just also means that it's approaching next time we see 15-minute oversold RSI a bit differently. Doesn't mean it won't bounce. It just means I have less confidence. Maybe I use less position size. Maybe I'm a bit more picky and I reserve my scale-ins for a bit lower. It's just different degrees of confidence, and that's a theme that's going to be in a webinar at the end of this month. Jungle Funk Joey of TheChartGuys is going to be talking about how to utilize different time frames with trading and how we can have different degrees of confidence in setups based on that. And that's essentially an example that would fit well with that webinar. And that's going to be again in 3 weeks. You'll hear about it. So APT, no new high. I'm watching APT for a tightening 12-hour range. We've got our high, our low. We're scouting a lower high, which is just potentially forming here. And then we're going to scout a 12-hour higher low. So tightening 12-hour range on APT is the most likely scenario in my opinion. Litecoin's looking for a 12-hour higher low. Definitely keeping an eye out for, look at 15-minute oversold. This is the bulls front running 15-minute oversold. Couple previous resistance levels, but look at 4-hour EMA 12. So we got right above 4-hour EMA 12, and we got right above 15-minute oversold. That RSI was probably down around 32 at the low of this candle, and bulls bought that dip. So that is front running. That's aggressive dip buying to not even see 15-minute oversold conditions get hit. And it was a quick 2% bounce. So then, same thing. So would I consider that, using up the 15-minute oversold? Essentially, yes. We didn't hit first 15-minute oversold, but that's where it would have happened. It would have been 15-minute oversold, 4-hour EMA 12 as your back burner kind of dip buying. And so because essentially the trade played out without hitting 15-minute oversold, it's now off the table for me as a back burner. It's not the same setup anymore because it's not that waterfall drop. So Mana, again, we're watching for this 4-hour cup and handle. Keep an eye on it. Mana, BTC needs to break bullish at the same time, but they're doing the same thing. So Mana is a top watch for that potential laggard move to take its turn to then be the bull that breaks to the daily higher high. XRP, haven't really liked clarity on XRP in a long time, but it's technically a daily downtrend, and anything under 422 is a daily lower high. Sol, 4-hour bull flag attempt. Bigger picture, scouting a 12-hour lower high. If we confirm the 4-hour bull flag, the 12-hour will lose clarity for me. If we fail the 4-hour bull flag, we're still going to watch for the 12-hour higher low. So Sol is in the category of tightening ranges along with APT. Sand, tightening range, anything under 8077, just a lower high here. So again, overall, the weekly chart is trying for a bull flag. And again, that's where the laggard scenario could play in. Sand has been weaker this past week. We lost the stair-step pattern. Not many altcoins have lost the stair-step pattern on the weekly time frame at this point. But if we see Mana break out and then this coin break out and the weekend remains strong and we close tomorrow in stocks strong heading into the weekend, then we're going to look for Sand to be a laggard and try and confirm this weekly bull flag and follow along with the other strong coins. Theta, keeping an eye out for a daily lower high. It's still range bound. Link is still range bound, heading up towards its resistance. And again, just a whole lot of bearish reversal patterns that confirmed with zero follow through or were negated with bull breaks. QNT is range bound. ADA is up at its high. I would call it a high bull break with a lack of follow through at this point, but a clear daily uptrend. EMA 12, keep it simple. So we were watching Bitcoin 12-hour EMA 12. We lost it but price support levels held. But if you look at ADA, you can make a simple statement and say ADA, nothing changes on this chart with bull control until we lose daily EMA 12, because the last 3 periods of consolidation have held it, and that's a really nice visual guide from this point forward. Next resistance on ADA, we're in an area without much nearby, 4156 and then 4378. But it hit the higher high, so it's definitely one of the stronger names in the short term. Waves, looking for a daily lower high due to the size of this pullback. There's a lot of space for it. Waves definitely gets a lot of volatility when the volume comes in, but a lot of space for that daily lower high. APE is still range bound. ETH is trying to take a lead bull position here with ETH BTC finally bottoming. XTZ, range bound, watching for a potential daily lower high. DOT is testing its high, double top at the moment. No, I take that back, we broke. It's a break with a lack of follow through, but we can make an excuse for the bulls on the lack of follow through because we shot straight up to get to that level, 15%, 4-hour stair step. So as long as we set a healthy 4-hour high or low, it's not a major red flag to break resistance with no follow through. Here's another lesson. And these are just going into intricacies of the different setups where, if you look at this chart, a newer trade will ask me, is a break of 682 bullish? How does it happen? Does it happen like this where the bulls are extremely extended? Or does it happen like this where they've been cooling off and consolidating? If we see a bull break with a lack of follow through after a pattern like this to get to that resistance level, then it's a red flag because the bulls are not tired. They've had plenty of rests. Consolidation periods being resting time. They've had plenty of rests on the way up, so they shouldn't be exhausted when they get to that resistance. But I can say, all right, bulls, you did a great job to get to resistance. It's no wonder you're exhausted because you ran straight up. So a bull break with a lack of follow through does not mean the same thing when it happens like this versus if it were to happen like this. And again, this is not your trading 101. This is trading 201 and 301 as far as looking a little bit more advanced, a little bit more zoomed in, a little bit more details and nuances of these different setups. Matic has the daily bull break. Decent amount of follow through. Bulls want more, but again, still clearly one of the stronger names. Same thing with Binance, bull break, but definitely want some more after some 4-hour consolidation. Uni, same thing. OP, again, one of our lead bulls. We're definitely going to be watching for back burner setups. We'll be watching for first 15-minute oversold, scouting a 4-hour high or low because it's a stair step on the way up. So if we drop straight down to 15-minute oversold from here, that is when I look for the 15-minute oversold bounce to have a little bit more confidence. Riot is back to testing the high of the day, trying to confirm a 15-minute bull flag. And Sushi also a nice lead bull with the bull break. All right. Bit all over the place with this live stream due to being in the middle of the trade. Appreciate you sticking with me. I'm going to be doing a call with TradingView later today. Check that out. I'm not sure exactly where it will be posted. Congrats, Sam. So coin definitely hitting the max fear. And now look at the 4-month time frame for coin. Or let's go to the monthly first. So monthly, anything under 116.30 is a monthly lower high. And we'll be watching, if we don't break 116.30, it'll be a potential monthly inverse head and shoulders pattern to be keeping an eye on. But again, just fear to FOMO very quickly. Just straight fear to FOMO. So a name like coin, back burner, absolutely. We're going to look for first 5-minute oversold conditions to mark an hourly high or low. We're going to look for first hourly oversold conditions to mark a daily high or low. So because of the market strength in both crypto and in stocks that we've seen over the last few weeks, bull back burners are absolutely back on the menu in a ton of names. And just like today, I mean, for me, in my personal trading style, being an oversold bounce trader, it just makes trading so much easier because I just get a setup like AI this morning where, okay, what am I going to trade? Well, we've been breaking out in a huge way, first 5-minute oversold conditions, and you get a bounce of 6% in less than an hour. And that's just exactly the kind of market that I trade my best in. Suggestions for dinner in Asheville, salsas. It's fairly small, but I'm going to go there today after hours, if anyone wants to put out a hit on me. But delicious. It's one of my favorite spots in town. Let's look at AVAX real quick. I think I skipped over it. So AVAX, did we break resistance? Yes, so one of the names with a daily higher high, 4-hour stair step. So have to wait for 4-hour consolidation to be comfortable looking for an entry from here. And we look for the 4-hour higher low. We watch for 15-minute oversold conditions. We know that if 15-minute oversold marks the 4-hour higher low, that the bulls likely have further gas left in the tank to keep this move going. If we see 15-minute oversold and then we bounce, and then an hour later, 2 hours later, we drop to a lower low, then that's a little bit of a red flag. We'll still be looking for the 4-hour higher low, but it will be not your ideal scenario. So that will give us some information. And again, you got to wait for 4-hour, on the names that have just gone straight up with 4-hour stair step moves, you've got to wait for 4-hour consolidation to have good risk and reward entry. ADA, I'd definitely be keeping an eye on this uptrending resistance line with how many times we've hit it. Doesn't mean I would short it, but it means keep an eye on that. We've got a nice channel here to be keeping an eye on as a bit of a visual guide. Commando on like patrol. He wants 100 likes. We need 13 more. I haven't looked at UNH in a while. Was looking short to start the year. Nice follow through for the Bears. Absolutely. Yeah, big rotation going on. Energy is dropping. I'm watching energy to be a potential weekly rising wedge. But healthcare was our lead bull sector in stocks. We failed to break the all-time high, and we've been dropping now for 5 weeks, while the NASDAQ and big tech has been going up for 5 weeks. So there's been rotation out of healthcare and into big tech over the last 5 weeks of trading. Riot failed the high of the day, 15-minute double top. Nope, we broke with zero follow-through. Now heading back to support of 733. Near. So Near's another name that is watching for a daily lower high. Because of how much we pulled back, we are still range bound. There's a lot of resistance above 260. Look at all those tops. Look at all those little upper wicks there. So we're heading up towards that 260 resistance range, and in a 4-hour stair step, we're going to be a bit extended. So we can expect the probabilities, anything's possible. We know that's why we always protect ourselves, but probabilities would favor a rejection from the 260s into 4-hour consolidation and a tightening range. So again, this would go in the category of names that have not broken recent highs and are still range bound. 102 likes, thanks for that. All right, I've got to get back to it here. I've got a meeting and then that trading view thing. I think it's live. MSOS 736 has to break. That's the level. If 736 is not breaking, nothing is changing. Bulls are not proving a thing. We also have to confirm a daily uptrend. We're coming straight off the all-time lows. Definitely looking for coin to top out sooner rather than later. So if you are looking to lock in some profit, you can either be going off the hourly uptrend, but as a guide, but again, the fact that anytime you go in a month straight off the lows, 150%, it's a good idea to be taking some profit into that kind of a move. All right, I appreciate you all watching. Definitely keeping an eye on the cannabis sector because it is the weakest of the weak. And as bulls look around scrambling to get money off the sidelines, It is a sector that has not participated at all at this point. And so it is worth watching for that reason. But again, stay skeptical because we're still in a daily downtrend right now. The burden is on bulls to prove to us that they are seeing money inflow and a rotation taking place. Wow, Google's having a big day. Tesla with a big day. Tesla's heading towards 200. It's bull FOMO, bull euphoria out there, but again, no reason to try and nail the top. Trading with the bulls, trading for hourly higher lows, playing bounces until things notably shift. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and don't forget to do good things.